Hello friends, welcome to Learn Easy. We will discuss consumer surplus and producer surplus. Consumer surplus is the difference between the maximum price consumers are willing to pay and the actual price they pay. Consumer surplus is derived whenever the price a consumer pays is less than they are prepared to pay. A demand curve indicates what price consumers are prepared to pay for a hypothetical quantity of good based on their expectation of private benefit. Producer surplus represents the benefit to sellers. Consumer surplus reflects the benefit to buyers. Consumer surplus and producer surplus together form what is known as economic surplus or total welfare in a market. On a standard supply and demand graph, consumer surplus is the area above the market price and below the demand curve. Here, area PCE, while producer surplus lies below the market price and above the supply curve. Here, area PEF. In perfectly competitive markets, the equilibrium price and quantity P and Q in the graph maximize total surplus, meaning resources are allocated in the most efficient way possible. Any distortion such as taxes, price floors or ceilings can reduce total surplus by creating a deadweight loss, which is a key concept in welfare economics. Now, what is deadweight loss? A cost to society that is created by market inefficiency, which takes place when supply and demand are not in equilibrium, is called deadweight loss. The concept of deadweight loss can be applied to any deficiencies that is caused by the inefficient allocation of resources. Potential causes of deadweight loss include taxation, price ceilings like rent control and price controls, and price floors such as living wage and minimum wage laws. A reduced level of trade can also make the allocation of society's resources inefficient. Let us discuss what is economic welfare. Economic welfare is the total benefit available to society from an economic transaction or situation. Economic welfare is also called community surplus. In market analysis, economic welfare at equilibrium can be calculated by adding consumer and producer surplus. Welfare analysis considers whether economic decisions by individuals, organizations, and government increases or decreases economic welfare. Let us see when declining of consumer surplus occurs. Consumer surplus generally declines with consumption. One explanation for this is the law of diminishing marginal utility. Now, what is the law of diminishing marginal utility? The law of diminishing marginal utility suggests that the first unit of a good or service consumed generates much greater utility than the second, which generates greater utility than the third and subsequent units. A very thirsty consumer will be prepared to pay a relatively high price for his first soft drink, but as he drinks more, less utility is derived and the price he would be prepared to pay falls. If you find the topic interesting and helpful, do subscribe my channel and press the notification bell. Some firms can capture this consumer surplus by charging the highest price that consumers would be prepared to pay, rather than charge price P for all units consumed. Let us start discussing producer surplus from producer surplus formula. producer surplus can be expressed mathematically to aid in analysis and graphical representation. The basic formula is producer surplus is equal to total revenue minus total variable cost. Producer surplus is the additional private benefit to producers in terms of profit gained when the price they receive in the market is more than the minimum they would be prepared to supply for. In other words, they receive a reward that more than covers their cost of production. Let us see how changes in supply and demand might affect consumer and producer surplus in the following cases. Case 1. Supply decreases. When supply decreases, there is a decrease in consumer surplus. This is since a decrease in supply puts upward pressure on the price of goods or services in the market, causing them to rise from P1 to P2. In addition to this, the quantity of goods or services into the market decreases from Q1 to Q2. As a result of this, the number of consumers that are willing and able to pay a higher price than the market price decreases. Case 2. Supply increases. An increase in supply causes a decrease in the price of goods or services in the market P1 to P2, as well as an increase in quantity Q1 to Q2. As a result of the decrease in price, the number of people that are willing to able to pay a lower price than the market price increases. Case 3. Demand decreases. A decrease in the demand for a good or service will result in a decrease in price P1 to P2, as well as a reduction in quantity of the good or service in the market Q1 to Q2. As a result of this, producer surplus will decrease. This is because lower price means that fewer firms will be able to carry on supplying the good or service at the same quantity or at all due to their inefficiencies. Therefore, the number of producers that are willing and able to supply the goods or service at a lower price than the market price decreases. This means that producer surplus decreases. Case 4. Demand increases. An increase in demand puts upward pressure on the price of the good or service in a market. As a result of this, price increases from P1 to P2, as well as an increase in quantity from Q1 to Q2. Let us look into a few examples of consumer surplus and producer surplus. A. Suppose we are buying an airplane ticket for rupees 3,000 that we are ready to buy for rupees 5,000. Here, consumer surplus is equal to highest product price consumers are ready to pay minus market price is equal to rupees 5,000 minus 3,000 is equal to rupees 2,000. B. Suppose we are going to purchase a house for rupees 10 lakh, where our expected price for the house was rupees 8 lakh. So here producer surplus is equal to rupees 10 lakh minus rupees 8 lakh is equal to rupees 2 lakh. Now let us conclude. Policymakers have significant role to play in shaping producer surplus. By creating a business-friendly environment with supportive policies and regulations, government can encourage investment, innovation, and economic growth. That's all for today. Thank you for watching the video.